Good evening, guys. Okay, this is the unboxing video for the 68 AMT Corvette, which I announced I'm going to be doing next in last night's video. This is a Frog AMT kit, Frog being a UK company that were a very big manufacturer of plastic models in the 60s and 70s. They borrowed a few moulds off of AMT. I'm not exactly sure which ones. I know the Corvette was one of them. I think they're all 68 models. I've got a feeling they did the 68 Mustang and possibly the 68 Falcon, Ford Falcon as well. This obviously wasn't the first venture because Airfix, the other rival company to Frog, borrowed some moulds off MPC, which would have been a couple of years earlier, probably 65, 66. Because I have got the Airfix MPC 65 Corvette upstairs as well, and I know they did the 66 Dodge Charger, and I believe the 66 or 67 Pontiac GTO as well. They were badged, boxed up as Airfix MPC kits. Right, back to the Frog AMT. This is a unique box. You won't see an AMT kit in this sort of shape of box. Obviously, you're more used to seeing the AMT boxes being, the standard sort of American style boxes. This flat box, as I described last night, this has been through the wars. This one, it is a 48-year-old kit, and it's showing its age. But I love the box art on it. So, give you a quick rundown. There's nothing on the back of the box at all. You can hear all the bits that are rattling around inside that have been there for 48 years. I have taken the bags off of everything inside, and there's an awful lot of loose parts, so I do apologise for that, but we'll go through it and you can have a good look at what's there. As I said, this kit is no longer available, not only the Frog one but the AMT one, because they updated these annual kits year on year on year. And you'll probably find, I don't know, the last one of these was probably 1970, 71, whatever the last one is, you possibly could still buy. But the 68, no. As for the value of this kit, I didn't pay much for it. I think I paid the equivalent of about 16, 17 pounds, which is probably, I don't know, around about $30, $35. I've had it for 2 or 3 years. I saw it on a well-known auction site. I think a lot of people didn't realise what it was, so they didn't bother bidding on it. I did, and I got it. So yeah, I love it really. I mean, it's been a long time in the stash pile, but I thought it was, it's not good just looking at these old kits. Sometimes you've got to get them built. So that's what I'm going to do with this one. So anyway, back to the box art. I really love this. It's like a Le Mans style box art, and you can actually build it as this version if you want to. On the side, it's just got repeats, a gumph there about, I don't know, it's in German, French and every single language but English. Again, repeat of the box art top. On this side, you've got the race version there, which says Corvette Stingray. I don't know if I can read that with the finger focus. Is it going to? There we go. Corvette Stingray Coupe as raced at the Daytona and Sebring Internationals. It says made by Rovex Industries, which was, I think it was something to do with Triang, toy company. And you can also build it as the stock roadster. I'm sorry, the box is a bit crumpled up, but you can see Corvette Stingray convertible. So on the front, again, so back to that part, we've got extra parts, include choice of engines, wheels and seats, and set of markings to build either a road or racing version. So let's dig into this kit. And there we go. Okay, so first thing you notice, compared to a normal AMT sheet, which is quite a compact little sheet, this Frog sheet is quite full on. Oh, there's a nice smell to this one, guys. It actually does smell about 48 years old as well. So it's standard layout, even though it's a bigger sheet. At the end of the day, it's exactly the same as an AMT sheet. It's just a bigger version of. So there you got your stock engine, and you got your drag and racing version. To be honest, I'm not too sure what engine it's replicating. I'm not too sure if it's a 427. I could be completely wrong. No idea. It's a gatefold sort of sheet. It's going to be very difficult to pick it all on camera, but give you some sort of idea of what sheet we got. There you go, your engine into the basic chassis assembly. These 60s annual chassis, obviously everybody knows how basic they are. You've got your drag wheels, your racing, your rally, Kelsey Hayes wheels, and the stock Dayton wheels. You've got the interior, and you've got some more on the body there, and some stock rally versions and some parts that you could put on the hard top. The drag and racing version, which got the cut down screen, which you'll see in a second. Accessories like a fire extinguisher and a helmet, and stock and rally accessories, clipboard, quartz iodine lamps, and auxiliary lamps. Nothing on that piece. On the back, it gives you top model tips. That's mostly in different languages, but I think these probably came in all frog kits, but if you want to pause on that, you can probably read that. Okay guys, also got this little sheet that came in it, which gives you probably, yeah, looks like, have you added these other exciting frog kits to your collection? So there's your aeroplanes that were probably available back in 1968 and some ship kits. I've never built a frog kit before actually. I suppose in today's sort of times they're not very detailed, you know, but I think they're probably still good kits to put together. I mean, they're still available on eBay, you can get them. Construction kits, let's get this, there we go, in focus. Give you a good idea of that. The original decal sheet is here, probably unusable, but they're there. That's your racing stripes that you see on the front of the kit, that one there. So you got your bonnet stripe. I don't know if you can see there. I mean, you know, they're not too bad because they're very yellow, but you know, most things do turn yellow, like the instructions. You know, they're 48 years old and they've gone yellowed as well. So it's the age, isn't it? So yeah, we've got some, you know, number roundels, some Firestone decals, and Fram filters, Champion plugs. Probably can't use them. I probably won't use them, to be fair, because they are pretty knackered. But, I've kept this in a plastic bag. It's the only plastic bag I've kept, and it's an empty bag. This is the stock glass, which has been rattling around in the box for 48 years, and I actually rebagged it. The windscreen has got some severe, you can't see it this really, but it's got some pretty nasty scratch marks in it and gouges. Nothing that a polishing kit won't take out. There's your separate headlight lenses and the back glass for the hard top, and you've also got in there your cut down racing style screen if you want to so use. Now, like I said, there's a lot of parts off the sprues, guys, so you're going to have to bear with me on this one. It's all here, but you know, anyway. Some sort of inner wheel, or the inner wheel backs. I'll take it as some sort of hood hinge and your stock hood. There we go. And no underside detail at all on that one, but I think the real car's fiberglass as well. So there's your hard top. Now, like I said, apparently AMT didn't do a very good job on the dimensions or the proportions of this Corvette, and they got a few things wrong, but to be honest, I think it would probably still build up into a pretty nice car, so that's what I'm going for anyway. Looks like another wheel back there, it's sort of half melted, or no, it's just a bit of flash actually. And there's your rear panel with the Corvette. I don't know if it's going to focus. There we go. So these old kits are pretty well moulded, do you know what I mean? They've always got decent moulding to them. There's a nice creamy white plastic. That's a nice bit of sprue there, there's nothing on it at all. These are parts of the engine. So you've got, looks like the water pump or front timing cover, your exhaust headers or manifolds, then you've got your intake manifold there, looks like one of the racing headers, belts and pulleys, Looks like some sort of expansion tank or a washer bottle. And then we've got the clipboard, the rally clipboard, and the USA badge that goes on the back of the car if you want to use such a thing. That looks like the fan shroud, and then we've got, so if it keeps going out of focus guys, this camera struggles like hell with white stuff. Looks like a front radiator support, and there's your cylinder heads. There we go. On this sprue is another intake manifold and a helmet, racing helmet, and some sort of, I don't know, perhaps that could be the roll bar that goes in the back if you're using the open top version. Then we got the these cracking AMT 60s 70s style drag slicks, which are 2-piece affairs as you can see, and they are styrene rather than being rubber, so you've got to paint these if you want to use it. And obviously they ask you to rub off the lettering with a bit of wet and dry to get the white letters back. So that's the old classics before the old rubber styrene tyres came out. There's not an awful lot of parts to this kit, to be honest guys. There's somebody's built up one of the actual steel wheels there with the actual styrene racing drag slick, as you can see. We got your front grille and bumper, which not bad condition considering it's been rattling around in a box. It's not too scratched up, not one that I'll probably re-chrome. It doesn't need to go that far, which is good because I'm not very good at that. I'm still practicing with the spastic stuff and all that, but you know, it takes a lot of practice, that stuff. There's your firewall, and again you can see some really nice detail on that for an old kit. Your dash, I don't know if it's got any gauges or, let's have a look. Yeah, you can't see it on the camera, but there is some gauges in there. Just about see it. There we go. So yeah, that's a dash. And we've got your 2 engine halves. There we go. Not glued together. Engine and transmission. And your sump pan with, looks like a starter motor and oil filter moulded in. Then we got your steel wheels, and I think the idea is obviously if you want to use the steel wheels on a car, then you'd use these outer wheel halves, I take it they are. So if you did that, obviously you get like a nice steel wheel to put in the tyre. So you got, like I say, you got 3 wheel choices with this kit. That's your steel, stock steel wheels. Then we've got tail lights. I'm hoping there's, yeah, there is 2 in there. Yeah, there's 2 tail lights, which obviously push through the back of the body. Is your stock steering wheel. Not too sure what that is. Probably a front valance or a rear valance of some description. And then there's loads of little bits and pieces in here, guys. You got your rear bumperettes, and it's all rattling around everywhere. Basically, everything's falling off. Distributor, another racing header, carburetor, which again is quite nicely detailed, really. And there's a couple other ancillary bits and pieces like your metal axles and whatnot. And then the tyres are the old Firestone Supremes that, you know, AMT used to give in all those kits back in the day. And these are quite nice. You've got a white wall one side, which is, you know, normal fare for AMT kits of the year. On the other side, you've got a red line, which is quite nice because it's nice to have the red line. That's quite popular on muscle cars and Corvettes back in the 60s. So that's possibly the side I will use, will be the red lines. I still haven't decided what wheels I'm going for yet, but I'll, you know, whatever will suit it when I build it. So here's your chrome sprue, and on here we've got looks like an alternator, a custom air cleaner, There's your valve covers, which have got something written on them. It's Corvette. There we go. So there's your valve covers, and you've got the custom sump pan, some spotlights. There's your fire extinguisher and the interior mirror. There's your datum wheels, which are quite nicely detailed, as you can probably see. And there is your rocker mouldings, chrome rocker mouldings. They're not bad. Might need going over with some bare metal foil. They're pretty scuffed up. I think that's the distributor shroud. And oh, it's got some mirrors. It's got some nice racing mirrors there. Some spot. Oh no, I think that's the pancake air filters. There's your knock-ons for the dating wheels. And then you've got these wheels here as well, which are like a almost, well, they call them the Kelsey Hayes wheels. They're like a Magnum 500 wheel, but they're nicely detailed, as you can see. So I've got a choice of what wheels I can use, and you know, I'm going to go with, I might even go for these, you know, something a bit different, because why not? And last but not least, oh, you've got a couple of metal axles in here, because that's, you know, that's what this kit ran on. And last but not least, you've got the interior and the chassis and the body. So we'll do one bit at a time. So there's your basic chassis, all moulded in, as you can see, but that's the way they did it back in the 60s. You know, I suppose if you wanted to upgrade this kit, you could use the Revell chassis, but there's no point really, because the Revell kit is good enough in itself, so there's no point in actually upgrading it. I'm going to build it just as it is. So it's all moulded in, but you know, that can be picked out with detail. That's not hard. I quite enjoy doing that. So then you've got your interior pan. Got some nice moulded in detail in there, as you can see. And the quality of this plastic, you know, the older AMT kit plastic's really nice, really thick, really heavy duty plastic. Not like the kits you get today where you can, you know, you like go and you'll bend it. I mean, look, I'm putting full pressure on that and it's like solid. It's really good quality stuff. However, saying that, you know, this is broken, which I'm not surprised. I mean, it's like I said, it's been rattling around in the box for 48 years. The actual windscreen is, the windscreen surround is broken, but it's not a huge problem. As you can see, if I can glue that back together, you're hardly going to notice it. By the time the screen's in there, you're not really going to take much notice of it. So yeah, body, very nice. Mould lines on the top of the front and rear fenders. There's a nasty sort of mould line there to get rid of, but you know, it's nothing that bad. But you know, the actual proportion errors of the car are actually not apparent when you look at this. You know, look at this. But I mean, most people, if they know their Corvettes well, it's a little bit short. The back end is a bit truncated. This area is apparently a little bit wrong, and the bonnet, I think, is supposed to come down at a like taper, whereas this one is completely straight. But you know, these kits they're designed for kids, I suppose, really, weren't they, back in the day? So you know, to be honest with you, once it's built, I don't think it's going to look too bad of a, you know, a bit of it'll be quite a nice replica of the car. So a quick look with the hard top on. So if you wanted to build the hard top, it is that style of hard top, like a racing Le Mans style, which is, you know, pretty tidy in itself, but probably not what I'd use, the hard top. But I don't know, we'll see what happens. I got no plans for this yet. I've got no idea what colour I'm going to do it. I'm leaning towards the metallic blue. I can't remember the name, I think, of the blue that they used. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of what it's called. Marina blue, something like that. But possibly, it's like a light metallic blue. Possibly use that. I mean, to be fair, it comes down to what I can actually get, because, like I said, I've got to try and match paint to what I can actually get locally, because I can't get, you know, like Scale Finishes paint or MCW paints. Sorry guys, completely out of focus. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that gives you a idea of what's in the kit. I'm going to start cleaning it up and probably doing the basic assemblies at the weekend. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Sorry it's a little bit long, but you know, I've got to do a pretty detailed explanation. It's a rare kit, you know, so you don't see many of these. You probably won't see another one of these frog ones again on YouTube. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave all your comments below, and I appreciate all your comments from last night as well, and I'll see you on the next update for the 68 Corvette. Cheers.